Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Jamar from Vegas Sense. I got another comparison video today of a Dior Privé collection fragrance, and we're comparing it up against a Paris Corner fragrance, and that goes by the name of Bois Dores from their Perfumery Privezarah collection. So this particular fragrance, man, it's like I described in the previous video. This is just a really clean, sexy, ambery iris type of fragrance. And I really enjoyed this when I first got it. I really did. And I still do. I still do enjoy this particular fragrance. Now, in terms of how it stacks up with the original, here I have a 2 ml sample of Bois D'argent. All right. And let's go ahead and get these two sprayed. And the sprayers, by the way, on these Dior samples are trash. I definitely have to say that. They're definitely trash. Like super trash. All right. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to figure out which one of these are worth our money. All right. So there is a noticeable difference between the Dior and the Paris Corner on these. The Dior is hands down better. All right. I can definitely say that for sure. The Dior has like just this complexity to it that the Bois Dores by Paris Corner just does not have. Definitely in the opening of Bois d'Argent, I'm getting a lot more of that iris. And in the Bois Dores, I mean, you can kind of smell the iris, but I'm getting more amber out of the opening of this one than I am this. I really don't smell any amber at all. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit sort of like in the background, but like I said, you're getting like this really complex, iris note. And you get a little bit of citrus as well with the Bois d'Argent. The Bois d'Argent is just a much better scent than this one is, at least in the opening. Also, the Bois d'Argent is a lot stronger than the Bois Dores is. The main thing that I noticed about Bois Dores when I first bought it and I sprayed it on was, this smells really nice, but it has like hardly any sort of projection. It didn't really feel like the area around me. Like I didn't really get like this huge scent bubble. But it was definitely a fragrance that lingered on me. So the performance wasn't, completely trash. It was just that it just didn't really project much. And this one, I mean, it's not a super projector either, but it projects a lot more, at least in the opening, than what the Bois Dores does. All right. Now, I sprayed these two a few days ago when I got the samples in for the Dior's. And the main thing that I noticed is even going into the dry down of these two fragrances, the Bois Dores, it always remains, less strong than what the Dior does. However, in terms of closeness of smell, these two do start to get a lot closer to each other as they start to dry down. Even into the dry down, I still get more complexity from the Bois d'Argent. So I would have to say overall, if you like this particular, scent profile, I would say this is probably one that you would either want to save up for the original and just buy that one, or if Maison Alhambra comes out with, their version of, Bois D'argent that comes like in these bottles, I would maybe wait and see if they do that, because so far the Maison Alhambra Dior Privé collection clones have actually been like really, really good and super close to the originals, both in terms of complexity and smell, I would say. The Bois Dores by Paris Corner, it's a lot more muted. I would say it's a little bit more powdery. It doesn't project as much, but don't get me wrong, it's not a bad scent. So if you're just someone that doesn't have it in you to buy, the Bois d'Argent for like almost $300 or whatever it costs for a 120 ml bottle, then I think this will still suffice. But definitely know that the original is definitely a lot better, at least for probably the first 20-30 minutes of the fragrance. Like I said, these two definitely, they start to become a lot closer to each other once you get past about that 20 to 30 minute mark. But even still after that, like I said, this one is not as strong, and you do still get a bit of a complexity difference, from this to the Dior. All right. So overall, I would have to say that this one does not beat out Bois d'Argent by Dior. This one is a really amazing fragrance. And if you have the money to just pick this one up, I would say go ahead and just do it, because this one is a really, really nice fragrance. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of iris in fragrances. For me, the smell of iris, the way that it's done in many fragrances, comes off really feminine to me. But this one is really done nicely. It really is. All right. So again, if you found this information in this video helpful, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment, also subscribe, and please share the video as well. And that's Jamar from Vegas Scents. I'll see you on the next video.